learned a lot those days playing ball.
Why'd you leave New York?
Uh, there was a thing called the Depression. When we moved into that place, my dad was doing fairly well. He sold medical equipment. He had a couple of areas that he traveled in. And after 29, the break was real bad. We lived there, and people used to get up on the bridge and jump off, and they're all committing suicide. And I was sitting at my window, and I saw this guy. I said, don't do it, man. Don't do it, don't leave your kids. And I was yelling at him,
Mhm.
and he climbed over the rail and lost his balance and fell when he came down. We saw a lot of people commit suicide.
Mhm.
A guy would be running a big business, and he'd come in the morning, and the police were there, and they had locked the doors to his business,
Wow.
and his business had gone bankrupt, and he didn't have anything. And he said, what? He said, well, you owe over $30,000 or $40,000. He said, well, let me check. And we called his bank. His bank closed on him, and there the guy was. And I remember what was in the paper that night. The guy was interviewed. He said, well, they told me my business, that my bank accounts were all gone. And he said, I had 40 people working for me, and they closed the door and sent them all home. And he said, my wife was in Europe on a vacation, and I no longer had any money in the bank. And I had two kids going to college, and I had no money. And he said, that's why he thought maybe you'd jump off the bridge. And this was happening on a big basis all the time.
Mhm.
And my dad used to go downtown to 33rd Street. We lived on 181st, so you figure that's 150 blocks. It's a long walk. We could take the subway. To save a nickel, he used to walk
Mhm.
instead of taking the subway. Now one day he finally wrapped up some money to pay the rent. It was $50, and he had it in his pocket, and he was going to go. And we were 6 months behind. The guy said, just stay in the apartment. We'd rather have someone live there. And on the way, he lost the money. He couldn't find it. No, he was sick when he lost $50 there. I remember this when things like this were catastrophic.
And so did he move you to Texas or did you move to Texas?
What?
Did your dad move you to Texas or did you move to Texas?
Oh, no, I didn't. He stayed. He never left New York. Well, we lived there in New York, and then it got so bad. And one of my uncles, the rich guy,
Barney?
yeah, he was pretty wealthy. And he was in the medical business, and he knew my dad was. And my father never worked for anybody in his whole life. He never did. So he went to work for a guy, and the guy would pay him $50 a week draw against commissions if he sold medical things
Mhm.
out in New Jersey. So we moved to New Jersey. When we moved to New Jersey, we didn't have money, so we went all through the house looking, and we took piggy banks and everything. And Moving wanted $6 an hour to move us from New York to New Jersey. So we needed something like $24. My mother had about $15, and we found all the pennies, nickels, and dimes. We had $22.50 in coins and things plus everything. And he took it those days. He took it. He said, "No, I need the money so damn badly." And he brought us home. We didn't take our couch. It was 20 years old, so we went and we moved into a house in New Jersey in Irvington. And the house was 3 floors, and each floor was like an apartment.
Mhm.
And we were on the top floor. And it was a nice apartment. And it was across the street from the grade school, so my two brothers were okay. They could go there. But the high school was about a couple of miles, so I had to walk back